Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Classic Gamer 74. I am your host, Anthony Gamer, and look who's back.
Hi everyone, it's me, Larry the Lion. About time you brought me back.
I know, but yeah, you're going to be part of the show from now on.
Yeah, and if you people don't like it, go watch something else.
Exactly. Because it's the puppets that set this channel apart from others. So, anyway, so today what we're going to do is we are going to be discussing games you might not believe exist. In a previous episode, we talked about games that you probably didn't know exist.
Yeah, and that was a pretty big hit. People really liked that one Dr. Ruth game. Actually, I did too.
Well, so did I. But the games in this may also be games you've not heard of, or some you have heard of. These are games that are a little different in some ways.
Yeah, but just to let you know, we're not going to have any adult games.
No, definitely not. That will be a whole separate episode, and probably a Patreon exclusive.
Oh yeah.
So the games in here range from bizarre to crazy to make you say, what the, stuff like that.
Yeah, and best of all, they're across different genres, platforms, consoles, and computers.
Yep. So we got quite a few games to show you today, and we actually found quite a few games.
Yep.
So this may actually lead into a second episode. We'll just have to wait and see. So without further ado, let's get into the games. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, so let's begin games you may not believe exist. Okay, and our first game today is Advanced Lawnmower Simulator. This came out in 1988 by a company called Gardensoft.
Have they ever done anything else?
Not that I know of. And it was released on the Commodore 64. In this one, you go through a bunch of different mowers, and you find out that only one of them is functioning, and then you hold down the M button and mow the lawn. That's it. Not dodging anything, just hold down the M button. That's it.
Wow.
Well, yeah, there were other lawn mowing simulator games, but this one really is a real simulator. Yeah.
And next up from 1982, we have Bandits by Sirius Software. Looks like it was created by Benny and Tony. I think that's Ego.
I think so.
In this one, you are kind of a space shooter, big space shooter, kind of like in, what do you call that, Space Invaders, and you're trying to keep these aliens from stealing your fruit. Yeah. It wasn't until about the third time playing through that we realized you actually have a temporary shield, but kind of a neat game. Controls are a little wonky, but it's an Apple II game, so yeah, it's got the bright colors and all the stuff you would expect from an early 80s Apple II computer game.
Okay, and next up we have Black Magic. This game was released for the ZX Spectrum in 1987 by US Gold. It took me a while to get the hang of this, but it's kind of cool once you do. Black Magic is an action game with role-playing elements. The main playing area is viewed from the side of the screen, scrolling in multiple directions when you move. You start your quest on the surface of the land as a class apprentice, and you are armed with a limited number of arrows and 2 types of spells, though more can be found as the game progresses. You must search the land on the surface and venture deep underground into areas connected by ladders on your quest. As you explore, you will encounter many creatures, and if you are touched or shot by them, you lose part of the health gauge, and when it empties, you die, and it's game over. Food can be found scattered around and can be used to top off your health or store on your person for later use. Okay. Now, as you collect experience points, you move up in levels. So it's kind of the best way I can kind of describe this game. It's kind of a cross between like D&D and like a Space Quest kind of game. It's weird, but yeah, it's fun once you kind of get the hang of it. But yeah, it's definitely a specky game, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, combining elements of sci-fi, role-playing, space exploration, it's interesting, but yeah, really worth the time to check it out if you ever get a chance.
And next up is a game we've been wanting to cover on this channel for quite a while.
Yes, we have, and this is Bouncing Babies by David Baskin. This was an old MS-DOS game. Back in the 80s, it wasn't uncommon to put several little games on a floppy disk and then trade those disks with friends and neighbors and your uncles. And yeah, I mean, we had a bunch of these small games on floppy disks. I don't remember where we got them from, but this was one that I played quite a bit. And this one, these babies are jumping out of, I guess, I know it's a burning building, but I couldn't figure out if it's a hospital or what it was. And you take on the role of these two firefighters, and you're trying to bounce the babies from the windows into the waiting ambulance. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's like you feel kind of bad when you miss, but you're gonna inevitably miss.
Yeah, it's just a guilty pleasure in a game that I used to play obsessively when we got our first computer back in the day. So yeah, it's fun. It works great on DOSBox. So if you ever get a chance to play this, if you haven't already, give it a try. And if you have played this, share some of your memories. We'd really like to hear it. Okay, next up we have probably one of the single most bizarre games I have ever played in my life, and that is really saying something, and that is Goat Simulator. This is a PC game that was released in 2014 by Coffee Stain Studios. Yeah, I got it from Steam. Like I said, Goat Simulator is all about causing as much destruction as you possibly can as a goat. It has been compared to an old school skating game, except instead of being a skater, you're a goat, and instead of doing tricks, you wreck stuff. Destroy things with style, such as doing a backflip while headbutting a bucket through a window. You'll earn even more points. Or you could just give Steam Workshop a spin and create your own goats, levels, missions, etc. When it comes to goats, not even the sky is the limit, as you can probably just bug through it and crash the game. Oh yeah. What you're looking at here is one of three areas that you go to. Let's switch to another one.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're in the city here, and as you can see, I think we're kind of like on the boardwalk. There's an amusement park nearby, but yeah, there's a high-rise apartment building or hotel, and you just, like I said, yeah, you just trash everything. I mean, there's no limit to what you can do in this game. You can get different skins. Yeah, you just go nuts. If you got nothing else going that day, just go around and trash stuff. It's really a whole lot of fun.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, I mean, like, we just had a ball, like, trashing stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can make cars blow up, burst in through, windows, wreck stores. It's just, yeah, you can even go ride to rides, and there's all kinds of Easter eggs hidden inside, but yeah, so there's three different areas you can visit, but then there's also an added bonus. Let's check that out.
Okay.
Okay, and next you have like the RPG or the quest mode, where you actually go on specific quests. A lot of RPG elements to it, and I just played this one for like hours just to see some of the things that they asked me to do, and there's weird stuff, like you have these mermaids, except for instead of the top half being ladies, it's the bottom half is human and the top half is fish. They're real creepy as heck. And they scream. You're supposed to like kill them because they're disrupting a village. And then there's like dodo birds and all kinds of crazy stuff in this. Like I said, yeah, you got a few hours to kill. Give this game a try. Like I said, it's available on Steam. And it's just as wild and crazy as you've probably heard about.
Yeah, it's one of them games where you can just get lots of cool game footage and upload it. Just upload yourself, breaking stuff. So, yeah.
Yep, definitely a game that we highly recommend trying. Okay, and next up we have Mad Nurse. This came out in 1986. It was developed by Simon Pick and published by Firebird Software. In this one, you take on the role of a midwife in a maternity hospital. In this hospital, the babies run amok, leaving their cots to stick their fingers into electrical sockets, drink water, drink whatever medications they can get their hands on, fall down, lift shafts, and engage in other fatal activities. This makes it difficult for a training nurse such as yourself to bring them under control, and it's your job to keep them alive. Every time a baby jumps out of its cot, you must chase after it and rescue it from potential harm by picking it up and putting it back in its cot. The hospital ward is on 3 floors, linked by a lift.
You think this game came out in England?
Yeah. Babies appear randomly on the left of the screen on any of the floors and crawl towards the right of the screen, where if they survive that long, they will fall down the lift shaft. Okay, so yeah, it's as goofy as it sounds.
It reminds me a lot of that one game, Bozo's Night Out.
Yeah, I wonder if it was made by the same people. Let's have a look real quick. I think so, because it really has that same kind of feel to it. So let's see. Nope, that was done by a different developer and publisher. But yeah, it's just kind of got that same kind of feel to it. Yeah, we discussed that in another episode. Yeah, so really a fun game. One I discovered kind of by accident. Like a lot of these, or I've seen on other channel. Get a chance to play this though; it's a real fun game, and the action never stops. Okay, and next up we have Michael Jackson Moonwalker. This was released for the Sega Genesis. Let me just double check. I believe this came out in 1991. I could be wrong though, but anyway, in this game, you take on the role of 1990s. Excuse me. It was developed by Ultimate Pro and published by Sega. In this one, you take on the role of Michael Jackson, and you are going around beating up these goons, trying to rescue a little girl named Katie from this bad group of guys led by Mr. Big. Yeah, it's kind of based on an arcade game of the same name, but that one is kind of more of a 3D game, and yeah, there's all kinds of goofy stuff in there. Yeah.
I think basically you wanted to discuss this game just to get it off your hard drive.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really not that hard. A buddy of mine actually got this game when he first got his Sega Genesis, and he beat it like the day he got it, so he got mad and took it back, and they actually refunded his money.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh yeah, true story. But yeah, it's kind of fun to play for the novelty of it. It doesn't really have any lasting value. If you're not really a serious Michael Jackson fan, you probably won't enjoy it. But if you are a Michael Jackson fan, highly recommend it. And our final game today is one of the... Okay, we have been saying that a lot, but this one is interesting. And this was one I found by accident. I saw it being discussed on someone else's channel. And it was kind of, I thought, well, let's try to put an arcade game in there. And this is called Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car. Waku Waku Soniku Patrol Car is a children's ride released on December 1991 exclusively in Japan. The arcade ride is part of Sega's Waku Waku line and features Sonic the Hedgehog playing the role of a police officer, patrolling the streets of the city and keeping it safe from Dr. Eggman. Both Japanese and English versions of the ride exist, though the English version was not exported to other countries and was likely used in areas with a large number of visiting English-speaking tourists. Okay, let's put the flyer up. Okay, you can kind of see what it kind of looked like. I'll put up a couple other pictures here so you can see it. And it's kind of cool because, like I said, you actually did drive the car. I mean, the car didn't go anywhere, but I mean, you actually could move it and bump things with it. It had that screen. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them about the time you actually got stuck inside an arcade machine?
Okay. Many years ago, our local mall still had video games in it, and they had Nicktoons Racing, and it was kind of similar in design to this. And so I decided, hey, I bet I can get in there and play this game. Well, I got in, but I couldn't get out. So I panicked, and luckily I was kind of able to squeeze myself out of there without needing any help. But yeah, that's a true story, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it is. Luckily, like I said, I got out before anyone noticed, and I ended up embarrassing myself. But anyway, yeah, this game is really, really kind of cool. It's too bad that it wasn't released here in America, because I know some kids would have really enjoyed it. One of my former students from this past year says his goal is to someday get one. So, and much as he likes Sonic in Japan, I could really honestly see him doing that. So, yeah.
Well, that brings this episode of Classic Gamer 74 to a close. I really hope you all enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed presenting it to you. Oh yeah, and again, it's great to see everybody. Yep. So if you did enjoy this video, let us know by giving us a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that little bell icon down there. You can't see it. Oh. Click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload any new videos. Check out my books on Amazon. Check out my latest endeavor into music, as I just released the album Praise Collective. It's a gospel group, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. Links are in the description below. Also, connect with me on all my social media platforms. Check out my Patreon. And did I forget anything else? No, I think you about got everything. Okay, so anyway, well, until next time, I'm Anthony Gamer. And I'm Larry the Lion. And we will see you all in the next episode. Until next time, be strong, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and above all, take care of each other, be kind to each other, and stop hate of all kinds. And God bless. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.